Do you believe me if I said that I'd never seen Little Mermaid? Honestly, I didn't believe it myself until a few days ago, but I don't think I have. I've never seen this classic, iconic animated Disney musical. So, to right the wrongs of the past, and to try and get some videos that take less than a century to make, let's get watching.
I'll tell you a tale of the bottomless blue, and it's hey to the starboard heave ho.
It begins with sea shanties. Always good. I was a little surprised by it starting with the prince rather than the princess. Not good or bad, just surprising. Within 2 minutes, they've already set up Prince Eric, his advisor guy, the reason for meeting Ariel, and the fact that the sailors are aware, at least via folklore, of the merpeople. Menken and Ashman, always good. God, this isn't story related, but the visuals for this thing are gorgeous! Look at this water palace! Holy carp, I can only recognize this because I've heard a lot of this music before. I may not have seen the movie, but I am still a Disney fan. But holy moly, this is an overture. I knew this musical duo wanted to make an animated Broadway musical, but I didn't realize how literally they would do it. That's awesome!
Horatio, Thelonious, Ignatius, Crustaceous, Sebastian!
The crab's middle name is Crustaceous.
This will be the finest concert I have ever conducted.
Jamaican crab.
Yes, yes. She has the most beautiful voice.
Foreshadowing. I'm not gonna sit or win it, but my CinemaSins senses are tingling. How is there paper underwater?
Ariel!
I hated that. The music was clearly setting her name up to be pronounced Ariel, but then it's actually pronounced Ariel. Leitmotif. This is a really good way to set up Ariel's personality right out of the gate. Show her not being there at her musical debut, then cut over to her sneaking into a shipwreck, showing that she's not too concerned with tradition, but she longs to be part of that world. High-speed action scenes, they get away from a shark, that also doubles as more setup for Ariel's character because it shows her being so concerned with a fork she'd risk her life for it. Awesome.
A dingle hopper. Humans use these little babies to straighten their hair out.
Setting up real quick that Scuttle's kind of an idiot. Also, showing Ariel's character and that she takes all of this at 100% face value.
Oh, the concert! Oh my gosh, my father's gonna kill me!
See, she's not rebellious, she's just forgetful. Holy crab's poor unfortunate soul's leitmotif as the spy fish get close together and fades to Ursula. Also Ursula. Showing Ursula eating live and very scared shrimp while giving them the same eyes as Sebastian, who we already like. Ursula is evil, and she loves it.
I'm 16 years old. I'm not a child.
Yes, you are, girl. But also this whole scene is just giving her an awesome reason to want to leave, so we totally sympathize with her actually being willing to sacrifice her voice for the sake of a man. Damn, even when I'm trying to be negative, I spin it into being positive. I'm bad at this.
If Ariel was my daughter, I'd show her who was boss.
Triton, maybe don't take your parenting advice from a crab who, given how long real crabs live, is probably significantly younger than your daughter. Hoarding. Thought awesome visual of it.
Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete?
Ah, the I Want song.
Wandering free, wish I could be
Somewhere that's green. Yes, I know Menken and Ashman worked on Little Shop. That's the point.
that you're on land. They understand that they don't reprimand their daughters.
Man, Ariel's idealized perspective on what life is actually like. I'm sure we've all had something like that before. You really want to do something, and in your head it becomes so fantastic that it's better than it could ever really live up to. But all you can think is that it must be so awesome, and above the surface, fathers never chastise their daughters like that.
Oh, he's very handsome, isn't he?
Ariel, that is the first human you've seen in person. That guy's not all that attractive, you just haven't seen any other guys.
Of course, I had hoped it would be a wedding present.
Dude, he's 18. Give the man a break.
Oh, believe me, Grim, when I find her, I'll know.
God, that is so not how this works, man. And this is why you shouldn't get married before you can even drink. Really well done action scene in a storm with music that probably has leitmotifs, but it fits so well they're invisible. Awesome! The mermaid princess saving the prince. Nice inversion of classic damsel in distress and mermaid tropes. Of course the bird would check the guy's pulse via his foot. That's what he'd know. This is a really nice scene, but I need more memes. Scene does not contain cartoon fish lap dance. She is like 30 feet away, max. They should absolutely still hear her vocalizing. Ursula.
He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me.
Okay, speaking as someone who is currently a teenager, I have never once seen someone do this. Was this just like a common thing back in the 70s and 80s? Because as far as I can tell, Hollywood just made up the whole he loves me not thing. Under the sea!
The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Sebastian, but there are so many things wrong with that single line. First of all, seaweed is exclusive to salt water, it does not grow in lakes. Also, why is lake the first thing you use? You're trying to say that she should stay under the sea? At the bottom of the ocean? So why don't you tell her that seaweed is greener in somebody else's sea? Sure, maybe it doesn't sound quite as good, but it still works, damn it! He does make a really good point in this scene, though. Dretton may have given us a significant reason why she should leave, but this song gives us several more reasons why we should stay, which I'm sure the live-action version will ruin because Disney hates keeping their good stories intact.
Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
Take it from you? Sebastian, you are at max 3 years old. By Disney logic, maybe closer to 5 or 10, but I still highly doubt you've ever spent any time at all on the surface.
Down here all the fish is happy. The fish on the land ain't happy.
You just termed happy with happy.
Nobody beat us, fry us, and eat us in fricassee.
Fricassee is a French dish. Nothing about this movie, as far as I can tell, is French. Also, while it could be made with fish, theoretically, it's much more often made with calf or lamb. Or chicken. Not fish. No one's gonna fry you up and eat you in fricassee. They'll eat you in, like, salmon fillet or something, but not fricassee. Also, Sebastian, you are a Jamaican crab living in Denmark. How on earth do you know what fricassee even is? The song's still catchy as hell and visually stunning, though. I'm just nitpicking.
Have you noticed she's been acting peculiar lately?
Said the Merman King to the Jamaican crab who randomly starts singing, because why not?
Singing to herself?
You'd know all about that, wouldn't you, crab cakes? Okay, girl, that's just creepy.
You don't even know him.
Ariel, you don't know him either. You've seen him once and you reacted to his pheromones and him being, like, almost kind of attractive, and then you interpreted that as love.
Daddy, I love him.
Have you lost your senses completely?
King Triton would be great at CinemaSins. Damn. The second he sees her breakdown, he clearly feels bad about it. It doesn't make his actions right by any means, but it shows that he's more human. Whatever. Then he first appears. Oh, damn. As the minions leave, they flip Ariel the face of the statue that just got blown up. Manipulation at its finest.
Ariel, what are you doing here with this riffraff?
Riffraff. Street rat. I don't buy that. Yes, I know Megan worked on Aladdin, that's the point.
Why don't you go tell my father? You're good at that.
Straight for the heart, Ariel. Damn! Though in this situation, I suppose it is understandable. Purple equals evil, of course. Oh, God! Those things are horrifying! Oh my gods. Ursula just did the goddamn limp wrist. That is beautiful. This scene, just this whole damn scene, I don't know how to describe it, it's so damn good.
They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch.
Poor unfortunate souls. Holy carp, look at how instantly her face drops when she sees herself as a mermaid again. There's definitely some body dysmorphia going on here.
And don't underestimate the importance of body language.
I really hate the body language thing. Yeah, Ursula's a villain, but what she says is taken at 100% face value, and the movie treats it like she's right. That is so messed up. Oh, damn. The moment she's asked for her voice, the first thing that pops out is like a vocalized, non-lyrical rendition of Part of Your World. That's awesome. It's like the first thing she thinks to sing is the I Want song, because the I Want song, and what she wants in it, is always on her mind. Look at that. As soon as Sebastian sees Ariel's reaction to him saying, "You'll live with all the other fish again," he softens, knowing how awful that'll be for her. Jeez, the scene feels empty without our leading lady giving any vocalization to express delight or anything. And that's the point.
Have we met? You can't speak? Oh, then you couldn't be who I thought.
And this is the moment where you write in the sand, "I am the girl from before. I lost my voice in an accident." I don't care what you're about to say about her not knowing how to write. She can. We saw her sign her name, and I'm like 90% sure that we've seen her read. In English. There is no way in hell she wouldn't be able to write. Okay, I might just be hearing things at this point, but I'm pretty sure that's the same Part of Your World leitmotif, but stepped up or something to make it sound happier, now that she's in a dress and has legs, and she feels like part of his world. Of course, she'd see the fork and try to use it as a hairbrush, because again, we've established that she thinks that's what it's for, and she's kind of naive, but just so damn happy to be, again, part of this world. This whole sequence with the cook is absolutely hilarious. I have no idea if that was intentional or not, but I really feel like it was, because you can't do this comedy by accident.
Now, let's eat before this crab wanders off my plate.
Swooning out the window cliche. In this scene, you can really tell Triton cares about his daughter. He's not mad, he's not going, "Oh, that lady's gonna get it when I find her." He's just worried. He may want what he considers best for her, but he just wants her to be safe. I would say this falling in love montage is fine, and it is pretty well made, but I can't for one simple reason. This is one day. That's not how romance works. This is a relationship speed run, and not just in terms of the screen time.
Jeez, Mum, I'm surrounded by amateurs.
Everyone who's ever had to do a group project felt that.
Dying to try, you wanna kiss the girl.
Yes, because everyone wants to hear a Jamaican crab give them relationship advice. Sorry about the change in audio. I didn't think of this until halfway through editing this scene, but bonus sin for that line being creepy as f***.
It don't take a word, not a single word. Go on and kiss the girl.
Sebastian, please stop telling princes that consent doesn't matter. They have enough other people doing that. Okay, I believe in a world where mer people are real, fish can speak English, and a Danish crab can have a Jamaican accent. I really do. But there's no way in hell that 5 frogs would be able to get on board that oar that quickly and stay on while the prince rode, and Eric just wouldn't notice.
Ariel. Her name is Ariel.
Ariel? Ariel?
No, Eric, he definitely pronounced her name as Ariel, not Ariel. I know this is an accent thing, but I've never understood how people will hear a name clearly pronounced one way, and then they'll just force it to fit their accent, no matter how much that isn't how they heard it pronounced originally. If you hear his name pronounced Aang, you're not gonna suddenly make it Ong instead, unless you're an idiot. And if you hear someone say her name as Ariel, why would you then make it Ariel when you say it? Okay, look. I'm like 90% sure that I'm Arrow Ace. This scene just causes me so much pain in general for a whole multitude of reasons. The visuals are awesome though.
Far better than any dream girl is one of flesh and blood. One warm and caring and right before your eyes.
That's the single best piece of advice in this whole movie, and it was from the character who in every other scene we are clearly supposed to believe is wrong. Either that or we're not supposed to believe he's wrong in the other scenes, in which case this movie is telling us that an 18-year-old should be already married. Damn, Ursula menaces to the camera as Poor Unfortunate Souls plays in the background. Awesome. But then it is swiftly undercut by what comes next. Ariel, listen to me. I know you're fictional, but listen to me anyway. You have 1 day left to get this guy to kiss you. You find out that Ursula has taken away your prince. And then what you do is sit around and wait until sunset, which is when they're scheduled to get married? You are such a f***ing idiot. +5 cents.
Things are working out according to my ultimate design.
God, hearing Ursula sing Poor Unfortunate Souls using Ariel's voice just, it feels so wrong. And that's the point.
The sea witch.
No shit, Sherlock.
Have I ever been wrong? I mean when it's important.
Self-awareness. Holy crap, a literal kick the dog moment. I can't even make that a sin, it's so on the nose. Eric so does not want to be here. I'm not even sure whether to make that a sin or a win, but it's definitely one of them. Porque no los dos. Wedding crashers. Fled to the bumblebees intensifies. I love that all of the animals, not just the ones that know Ariel, all hate Ursula pretty much innately. Right, next machina. Look at that! The prince is actually being proactive for once. Holy crabs. When Triton is being transformed into whatever this is, a stepped-up, adventurous part of your world is playing. Then, when he's fully transformed, it drops, but I think it stays the same motif. Magic staff! Make my monster grow! This scene is just awesome. Enough sad. Ursula, you are an incredibly powerful witch. And as you said yourself, the ruler of all oceans. And you just got killed by a boat. That's pathetic.
It's like I always say, Your Majesty. Children got to be free to lead their own lives.
You always say... Wow, Triton will be great at CinemaSins.
Then I guess there's just one problem left. How much I'm going to miss her.
Character development. Where the hell did that dress come from? Stepped up part of your world. Looks like some things never change. I related to Ariel to an unhealthy degree. Maybe not in the romance. Again, probably Arrow Ace. But she's just a teenager who wants to be taken seriously when no one's doing that for her. I get that. Also, she's clearly very uncomfortable in her body and with her life as it is. Again, I felt that. Of course, the movie's not perfect by any means. All that stuff with body language is really icky, and despite the villain saying that, it's not treated like she's wrong when she does. Even if these classic movies are good, which I'm hoping through this series to find that they are, you have to remember that they are a product of their era. Looking back on stuff now, like it's as perfect as it seemed when you first watched it, that's bad. That's a bad. I know I have stuff like that, shows that I grew up watching that I have to remember can't have been perfect no matter how convinced I was they are. It's important to remember, anytime you're looking at something you grew up with, that it has flaws and you need to recognize them. Obviously, my sin and win counters were far from being the perfect metric. I'm never once gonna say that Scene Does Not Contain Cartoon Fish Lap Dance is an actual critique of something, but it is worth noting that the movie managed to get 45 problems in the span of 80 minutes. It still has more goods than bads, but the bads are definitely there. Nothing is perfect, and if you try to pretend that it is, you'll just do yourself, and the story, a huge disservice by not looking at it critically. Scene Does Not Contain... Nope, I've already used that one. Good movie.